was about $2,000 a month. After I had been in that role for a while, I'm skipping, I said, okay, you know, it was during the Olympics. I had a contract with ACOG. Was that the name of the company that did the Olympics? And I did a project with the AU Center during that period of my life. But what I decided was to move my business home. I had enough space in the basement. My son had moved out of the basement, had moved to California. So I turned the basement of the home that had about 1,500 square feet of space and put my office there. Saved $2,000 a month and came home. But I could not have started first class in the basement. I had to start first class on Peachtree Street so I could become anointed, so I could get clout from that kind of address. But times were changing and people were doing more business at home. Now I started first class before computers. This is my 40th year in first class. Hank, how much time do I have? Okay, so that's first class. Oh, here's another business that I had. You won't believe this. Janice Alexander Perkins, who owns the atrium down the street. Her husband was a Republican. T.M. Alexander, his father, had owned an insurance company, another historic black family in Atlanta. Well, they lived around the corner, and T.M. called one day and said, hey, Bunnie, come around here, I want to talk to you about a business opportunity. He said, you want to own a game room at the airport? And this was the old airport. I don't mean the one they're in, I mean the two airports before that one. Tolly Hartsfield had been giving a contract for a pinball machine by her husband, William B. Hartsfield, who was the mayor. The airport is named after Jackson. The current airport is, what is it, Hartsfield-Jackson? That was that Hartsfield. So Janice Alexander, Bunnie Jackson, and Tolly Hartsfield became business partners. How about that? So what we did was we applied for a bid. We bid on the airport game room. I didn't tell Megan anything about this because I knew he was going to poo-poo the idea. So we put the bid forth, and guess what? We won the bid. We won the bid because of Tolly's experience with a pinball machine, my business experience, and Janice's husband's connection. The name of the firm was BJT, Bunnie, Janice, and Tolly. We were the only women with game room experience in the United States. We bid on a game room in Orlando and won that bid. We bid on a game room in Louisville, Kentucky, and won that bid. Now, what happened? The bottom of the industry fell out. People no longer had to come into a game room because they were carrying these little games around in their hands. Lesson learned, sell the business when it's got some value. Don't wait until you see the 10-ton truck coming down the street. It's the change in the industry. We should have sold that building. As a result, we had to go bankrupt. But it fed my family for about 2 years. And you should have seen me and Janice and Tolly taking quarters out of the game room. What else happened in that game room? I hired, what's the man's name, whose son? Michael Malden. Michael Malden's son is Jermaine Dupree. Well, Michael had been the road manager for one of the bands and the light technician for a band. That's how I met Michael. Very good with his hands and very good with mechanical stuff. So we hired Michael, trained Michael to repair the games. And so Michael was running around with little Jermaine, and he was doing his Michael Jackson backup dance around the games. And I said, Michael said, I'm going to take Jermaine out of school and put him on the road. And of course I said, Michael, you're making a mistake. You need to keep that child in school. Don't take him out of school. Michael did not listen to me. Thank God he didn't, because we know what Jermaine Dupree ended up doing. So that's that story. I think I need to quit telling stories.